The Bulls must have heard everybody talking shit because I heard from everywhere that this is gonna be a short series.
Well, the only thing I could really gauge off of was Sixers Bulls, and you know we handled the Bulls every game, every game. So I just was like, shoot, we smoked to that Bulls pack, pass it to the Bucks. I just thought the Bucks was gonna smoke that Bull pack too, but apparently, you know,
they said no. Wait a minute, so. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Mathews and
Symone. Jalen Mills is somebody that I get behind.
I'm not even gonna cap on DeAndre Hopkins. He has the best hands in the league.
Played through it, hobbling on back to the field.
Right. I'm saying when you one of the best teams out there, you know the other team's division ain't got no choice but to try and get like you. You dig?
So let's get right into the video.
Let's go. Make
sure you guys like this video, leave a comment, and subscribe. Check out the many links down below. Buy us the coffee to help fuel this channel. Shop the official Symone with the Sports, a merch collection, and also turn your notification bells on because you already know the videos are coming like boom, 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 and you don't want to miss a single video or a single live stream, especially this season. Dylan.
What's up?
Today is the perfect day to really hop into some G when it comes to the NBA playoffs that has not disappointed so far.
It has, well, on my end personally, it has disappointed. But it's all right. We're gonna bounce back though. We're gonna bounce back. But overall, it has not disappointed. But like I said, to start off, I'm a little disappointed on my end. But you know, that's just me personally. But we're gonna bounce back though. It's okay. So we can move on. We can move on.
Well, we don't get into it, but for some teams, as an overall playoff, like, games-wise, it hasn't disappointed. Now, some teams we're going to get into are disappointed. Y'all, we got a lot of stuff to react to, so let's jump right into it. We're pretty much going to react to every matchup so far, so let's go ahead and start with the number 1 seeds and the 8 seeds. So let's start actually in the West because things are getting spicy over there. The Suns versus the Pelicans. The Suns blew them boys out the water in game 1. Wasn't much really of a game, but game 2. Now, the Pels were hanging in there before D-Book went down.
Right.
Prayers up to D-Book and that hamstring. But D-Book had 30 points at the half, and the game was tied at the half, even with D-Book's 30 points. The Pels came back, won game 2. It's now 1-1. It's looking like D-Book, they're saying, is going to be out games 3 and 4 as they head to New Orleans, at least.
At least 3 and 4.
What's your reaction? Are the Suns getting upset?
I'm not ready to go that far yet. Like I told you off camera, the Suns. Now, all credit to the Pelicans. I'm not trying to take any credit away from the Pelicans because, like you said, it was tied at halftime. They were in the game, even with D-Book going crazy. But what I will say is, the Suns were not ready to play without D-Book in that second half. They obviously needed D-Book because even with his 30 points, it was tied at halftime. So, with D-Book going out, compacted on, the Pelicans was giving them a dogfight. I just don't think they were ready to play without D-Book, and that showed. And the Pelicans took advantage of that, which they should have, and they did. So credit to them again. Don't want to take any credit away. But now that they'll have time to prepare for not having D-Book, I think they'll bounce back and be ready. I think Chris Paul will be a little bit more effective and aggressive. And other guys are going to have to step up too. Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton is definitely going to have to step up. Ken Johnson, everybody's just going to have to step up. And we'll really see, what that Chris Paul effect is looking like now because it's been true thus far. But, we really going to see about Chris Paul now and how big that Chris Paul effect is. So I think you should look out to see him be more aggressive and DeAndre Ayton as well while they try to, figure things out without D-Book. But I just think they're so seasoned. And, they just have such a great unit, a great team around them. I think guys will step up, and I think they'll be fine. But the Pelicans are hot right now. They're going to give them a fight.
They're going to give them a fight. You talk about that Chris Paul effect. The effect that happened was him passing on his hamstring voodoo to D-Book. That playoff hamstring curse got D-Book that caught the bug.
No, he caught the hamstring.
But I agree with you 1,000%. D-Book went down. They didn't have time to make any adjustments. But like I said,
deflated them a lot, obviously.
Game 3 will tell a lot because yes, the Suns are seasoned. They've been here before, but the Suns, like we know when we saw in the regular season how D-Book carried them, D-Book is their engine. Yeah. So we will see how their offense will look without Devin Booker.
Right.
Okay? Devin Booker is the offensive explosion for them, so we'll see. But the Pels, that's a dangerous, scrappy little team right there.
It is.
That's a dangerous, scrappy little team, okay? CJ McCollum going crazy, Brandon Ingram going crazy, Jose Alvarado just in the corner knocking down shots.
Yep. Now, and playing great defense
and playing great defense. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll see because those guys are young. They're new. Their coach is young and new as well. So we'll see if they have the oomph to get past the Suns, which are, they're a young team and they're a new team. So in their mind, they're playing the number 1 seed, even though rankings don't really matter. In their mind, the moment might get too big for them, and what I mean, and start to crumble a little bit. But woo-wee, that is some spicy shit going on. Funny note. And it ain't just the jambalaya down there in the bayou.
Funny note about the Pelicans coach, Willie Green, he used to play for the Atlanta Hawks.
Oh.
He's smart. We got coaches out here now.
Now let's talk about the Hawks, the 1-8 matchup in the East. Dylan is giving sweep. I ain't gonna lie.
We're not gonna get swept, bro. We're not about to get swept. It's not gonna end in 4.
The Heat,
it's not gonna end in 5.
Melted your boy Ice.
But he coming back to the A. He gonna regroup, and like I said in my personal videos,
Trey playing personal videos.
My videos on my. You
this video on your channel.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Dang, okay.
I'm saying in my solo video, I should say solo. Anyways, like I said in my solo videos, Trae Young playing in Miami right now, maybe that was his kryptonite if you're calling Trae Young Superman. Hopefully, him just playing in Miami and not against the Heat overall is his kryptonite. Hopefully, he can come back to the A and regroup because Game 2 was a very winnable game. Game 1, like I said, it was just a perfect storm for that game to not go well, and it didn't. Game 2, we were right there. Less than 2.5 minutes to go, only down 3. Then Trae Young took a kind of ill-advised shot where he was kind of fishing for a foul, and it all went downhill from there. But I think we'll be okay. Trae Young has played 2 bad games in 2 different ways. In the first game, he just didn't score a lot. He couldn't hit anything. In the second game, he had 10 turnovers. So even though he had 25 points, he went 2 of 10 from 3 and had 10 turnovers. So it wasn't giving good. But I think we'll be okay. I think Trae will bounce back in there. He'll get, some of that juice and some of that energy and hype and, from the crowd. So I think we'll be okay. Bogey played very well. He brought us back single-handedly because we were down 16 going into the 4th quarter, and we could have gave up then. But no, we battled back like we always do. And
you did give up.
Anywho, I'm not gonna play with you right now. Anyways, we battle back, and I think we'll be okay. Trae will have good games because both of these games Trae has not played well. We still haven't seen Trae Young play a good game yet because he played 2 bad games. So Trae's gonna play well. He's gonna bounce back. John Collins is back. Clint Capella will be reevaluated tomorrow, so I don't know how he's gonna play.
Y'all need Clint Capella.
We definitely need Clint Capella because Onyeka Okongwu was getting bullied by Dwayne Dedmon a couple times.
I mean, Dwayne Dedmon, like
former Atlanta Hawk.
Dwayne Dedmon, y'all got. It's not even. Jimmy Butler, of course, going off.
Yeah, but that was part of it too.
It's the Dwayne Dedmon and the PJ Tucker going off for me, like.
PJ Tucker went off game 1. He didn't do nothing game 2.
Okay, game 1, he was knocking down, bang.
Yeah, he was 4-4.
Bang.
Yeah, I know.
Bang.
I got it. I watched the game too.
You want to move on?
I don't want to relive that moment. No, not yet. I still got stuff to say. Anywho, we'll bounce back when we get to the A. Like I said, I'm going to stand 10 toes down, 10 fingers down right now because my feet pointed up. And anywho, this series is at least going 6. So,
they don't even know what your feet doing?
Yes, they're just sitting here. The series is at least going 6. I'm feeling 2 wins in a row in Atlanta, and we'll see what happens when we go back to Miami. We're going to have a little momentum about us, and, like I said, it's going to be a long series, you dig? So
we'll see what happens.
I'm a little nervous, but we're going to bounce back in there. We in the A now, you dig? 4 times, you feel me? Now we can move on.
So let's move on to 2-7, and Dylan, we got to start in the East because I just love it when I'm right about some shit.
You was right.
2-7 in the East, Celtics, Nets, First game went down to the wire. We all know Jason Tatum. Well, it wasn't a bang, but it was a Jason Tatum.
He hit the B button on that spin.
Spin move, layup, Jason Tatum clutch shot. That game was going to go down to whoever had the ball last.
Right.
Game 2, though, the Nets up 17. A Nets team that I've watched all season blow leads. The last couple of games going into the playoffs, Nets blew a lead against the Pacers. Nets then blew a lead against the Cavs in that freaking play-in game. Like I said, this Nets team be blowing leads. The Celtics came back down 17, ended up winning by like 10, 8, or 9. A very comfortable win is what I'm saying. It's not like it was a buzzer beater or just one in the last possession. With like 3 or 4 minutes left, they had the game in their grasp. Kevin Durant shot broke. Freaking Kyrie shot broke. I think they combined for 1 field goal in the second half, Dylan.
Dang.
Yes, I think they combined. They were at least 1 of 10 in the second half. I want to say they was 1 of 13 or 17. I don't have the exact stat, but they were at least 1 of 10. I believe combined they only made 1 shot between them in the second half. Y'all kept saying before the playoffs started, I don't want to play the Nets. I don't want to play the Nets. Why? The Nets were a freaking 7th seed for a freaking reason. That's all I'm saying. Like. For a reason. There were so many games that the Nets could have won when they just played lacklusterly like that. Just letting the lead dwindle away. And I'm not saying Kyrie is busted. I'm not saying KD is busted. Yeah. But KD has had to carry this Nets team all season long. The man is not 25 anymore. He could just be tied. They had to exert all his energy just to win, just to even hang in there in game 1. So this Celtics team is extremely, extremely dangerous, and this is without Robert Williams. This is without one of their better players. And the Celtics locking down Kevin Durant, locking down Kyrie Irving, is giving Eastern Conference champs, Dylan. You can put the clamps down without Williams, without one of your best. We got to remember this Celtics team is not 100%. And they're locking down KD and Kyrie. KD and Kyrie. That's
crazy.
If you can lock down KD and Kyrie, it's not like KD got locked down and Kyrie went off, or Kyrie got locked down and KD went off. The both of them.
Yeah.
And who can't they lock down?
I will say this. The Celtics are very hot right now, and they're playing very well. And what?
Who can't they lock down?
It's not for KD. I'm gonna say this.
Who can't they lock down?
It was definitely good defense, and they definitely had some lockdown aspects on KD. But I'm gonna say this as well. KD can get to his spot wherever he wants, and I feel like he still kind of did that in a way in game 2, and he was just missing
shots.
So I credit it more to Kevin Durant missing shots than the Celtics necessarily locking down KD, and that's no shade to the Celtics, because nobody
their
locked down KD.
Their defense was just so aggressive and swarmy, though.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they still played a great
shots. Yeah,
they still played a great game defensively, and they were still contesting those shots, which you're gonna have to do. But in my opinion, KD just can't be locked down. No, there's nobody out there.
Well, okay, when I say locked down, I don't mean KD is like in the cellar. I don't know what to do. Who can I get the ball to? I don't know what to do. That's not what I mean when I say locked down. When I'm saying locked down, I'm saying holding him.
Yeah, okay.
To less, I don't know what but busted. Holding him to broke. Holding him to not putting up a 30-plus piece or 40-piece. Yeah, when I say locked down, I don't mean like trapped in a corner like Kevin Huerter locked down. Like, where's Trey at? Where's Trey at?
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
You don't want to do us like that.
I'm just, okay.
You could have picked a different example.
Or Danny Green locked down, or Niang locked down. I'm saying a KD locked down is not the same as a regular lock. I'm saying like locking it, like holding him, like containing him, keeping him from going off.
I got you.
That was, I could have used another term, but yeah, that's what I mean.
I got you. But yeah, so I don't think KD is gonna miss that many shots too often. But still, the Celtics, I don't want to take anything away from the Celtics. They still did a great job against KD and Kyrie, which is very, very impressive and very, very scary for the rest of the teams in the East and the league, period. What I also will say is, you know who the Brooklyn Nets really miss right now? Ben Simmons. You know why? Because that 17-point lead might not get blown. Hold on. If that 17-point lead might not get blown if they got somebody to put on. Jaylen Brown, who was going crazy. If they got somebody put on Jason Tatum, who was also doing his thing. Jaylen Brown was really getting down in the second half, though. I mean, I was watching him in the fourth. I mean, he scored like, what, 10 straight points for them, something like that? He was going stupid.
My question is, yeah, they miss 2020, 2021, 2019 Ben Simmons.
They just need a defender.
Yeah, but I'm really curious because they're saying Ben Simmons might return at Game 4. If the Celtics are up 3-0, I highly doubt Ben Simmons is going to play in that Game 4.
I can see that. Now, that's a good point.
He's
that's
too much of a
diva sissy.
Diva. Ooh. Can we say that word? Can we say this?
I don't know.
I was going to say something now. But if they're up 3-0, I don't see Ben Simmons in his diva mind. He might feel like, oh, it's good sweep. It's not worth my time. You know what I'm saying? But if Ben Simmons does play, I'm intrigued. I really want. I mean, we know what Ben Simmons sitting out looked like. Yeah, he could lock down the best.
Right.
But I don't know what kind of shape he's in after not playing.
Well, off all this gosh darn ramp up he been doing, he better be in shape.
But if ramping up.
Yeah, that you can't it's nothing like a real game.
A real game. You got Jaylen Brown downhill.
Jaylen Brown, who's ready to go.
Ready to go.
Been
you know
playing.
What I'm saying? Been playing.
Exactly.
Been about these.
Been ramped up.
Been, right. Been wrapped up. Simple. But I love this Celtics Nets. Ooh-wee. But yeah, throw Ben in there. I really want to see what the man look. I really like, and it's not, Ben Simmons, ex-Sixer. I just want to see just from a basketball fan standpoint, what he could do right now. I just want to see what kind of shape he's in. And I want to see this Celtics Nets series be competitive. I want this to go to a Game 7.
Well, you know what they say, Symone. A series has not truly started until a road team gets a win. And that has not happened in the series yet. So still has the makings to be competitive. But the Nets have to win game. I mean, they're more than capable of, they have the ingredients to come back from 3-0. I don't think they're about that life. But, so, they really got to win game 4.
My thing about the Nets, having watched a lot of the Nets this season, especially late in the season, the Nets it don't seem like they play with that fireness.
Right.
Do you see what I mean?
For sure.
And I don't know if it's because they're old or been there, won before. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they don't play with that. So if they're down 3-1,
doesn't seem like that intensity.
Yeah, if they're down 3-0, I don't see them turning up or they just uninspired. That's the word they use. They don't seem inspired.
Right.
The Celtics obviously inspired. The Sixers obviously inspired.
Right.
They're not giving inspired to me.
Right.
They're not.
One last point I wanted to make about the Nets and Celtics. I can't remember what it was right away though.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah. We'll come back to it.
2-7 in the West. Not really much to say over there. The Grizzlies blew out the T-Wolves in the second game. I still have the Grizzlies, and like I said, it's not really much to say. The Wolves came out woofing and took game 1, caught the Grizzlies sleeping. Then the Grizzlies came back, clapped back. I still got the Grizz.
Yeah, I'm still feeling the Grizzlies too, but I will say this series, the main thing for me in this series is
we'll see tonight.
Yeah, we'll see tonight.
Prime time.
Well, the main thing for me in this series is that both teams are young and inexperienced playoff-wise. Like, for the core of each of these teams, but maybe besides Cat, because he's been in the playoffs once with Jimmy Butler. But the main thing for me for these teams is that they're both so young and inexperienced, so like they both really don't know any better. So I feel like even though the Grizzlies are obviously, I think in my opinion, the better team, with them both not having that experience.
No, I know what you said, 1,000%. It's anybody's game.
It could be anybody's game between the both of them. So I still think the Grizzlies are going to win this series, like you said, but I wouldn't be surprised if, this series does go long because they just go back and forth.
And this is the kind of thing we're going to have to see game 3. We'll see tonight what happens tonight because, like you said, this is the first time the Grizzlies are now going to be going to Minnesota.
Right.
It's split 1-1. We'll see who really about it in game 3. I think whoever wins game 3 is going to win the series.
I agree with that. Yeah, and they both got the blowout losses out of the way. And now, I expect this game to be a close game, and we'll see how each team, kind of grinds through a close game and how they finish a close game.
Man, let's get to that 3-6 seed. Dang, Bucks. So the Bucks and the Bulls, y'all, is giving a good little series. Now, let me tell y'all, game 1, I was in class, getting my education. So I was following the score, couldn't really pay attention, but I saw that it was a close game.
Yeah.
The Bulls was hanging in there.
They were. And they had to come back a few times, too. Bucks had made some runs, and the Bulls would come right back.
So the Bulls were hanging in there game 1. Now, game 2, and game 1, DeMar DeRozan's shot was broke. So not only were they hanging in there, DeMar didn't even go off. So it's kind of like the Bucks were struggling without DeMar even going crazy.
Exactly.
Now, game 2, though,
that was a different story.
DeMar DeRozan went crazy. Chris Middleton goes down. Chris Middleton, they say, has an MCL. Something is wrong with his MCL.
So, I think you told me it was an MCL sprain, right?
Yeah. It's at least a sprain. I don't know. I know it's MCL, but I don't want to. Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was. Sprain, bruise, tear. It's big things that can go down.
Right.
But he's expected to miss some time. Dylan, the reigning champs, I'm sorry, Dylan, they going down. The way them Bulls, Caruso going,
Vucevic, his shot was on last night too. He made some big shots.
Big rebounds. The Bulls. I don't know about you.
Everybody.
Going into the series, I didn't know Zach LaVine was going to be playing.
Yeah.
Bucks. The Bucks stop here.
It's crazy because the Bulls must have heard everybody talking shit because I heard from everywhere that this is gonna be a short series.
Well, the only thing I could really gauge off of was Sixers Bulls. And we handled the Bulls every game.
Yeah.
Every game. So I just was like, shoot, we smoked that Bulls pack. Pass it to the Bucks. I just thought the Bucks was gonna smoke that Bull pack too, but apparently,
They said, no, wait a minute. So, I think it's a part of them getting, somewhat healthy at the right time. Obviously, they still have Lonzo, and that's, even more impressive because they don't have a key, what was supposed to be a key component in Lonzo, but Caruso stepped right in. He's doing his thing, so is Kobe White. But no, the Bulls are for real, Nate. And I don't know, it's still going to be a tough series for me because, the Bucks are the reigning champs. They've been here, plenty of times by now. They've been through the playoff ringer. So it's still going, I'm still not quite sold on who's going to win this series, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Bulls take down the champs in the first round.
Without Chris Middleton, that's a huge blow.
Oh, yeah. That's really what's going to happen.
That's what it is. Yeah. That's for me.
How long is Chris Middleton going to be out?
Because my thing is, the Bulls stole one on the road.
They did, and that's all you got to do. As the road team, that's what your only goal is. You don't got to win 2. You just got to win 1 on the road. You do that, flip home court advantage, and
then
the ball's in your court.
2, okay, but for the Bucks, this is when Giannis is going to have to be MVP.
Facts.
Because, like I said, they got some shooters.
They got some shooters. Pat Connaughton, a much improved shooters. Yep. Drew Holiday obviously is gonna have to be big time. So yeah, they're gonna have to step up. Grayson Allen, we're gonna have to see some Grayson Allen threes go down.
And then the Bulls got a vendetta too against the Bucks because of Grayson Allen.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yep. So that's gonna be a good series too. That's gonna be a good series.
3-6, there ain't nothing to say in the West.
Nah, bro, it
ain't nothing to say.
That's giving
Warriors in 4.
That's giving sweep. Jokic may be able to win them 1 if he don't get ejected.
Right.
He may be able to get them 1.
Always getting ejected.
He is. That's a feisty little. If not feisty little, he a feisty big man.
He stay getting ejected, boy.
But I understand him being, obviously you don't want to get ejected because you're hurting your team. But the game was over by the time he got ejected last game. But I understand why he's frustrated. He's carrying the team by himself. He's, trying to keep this team from getting swept. So I definitely understand his frustrations, but the Warriors just were too much. They got Steph back, Jordan Poole playing out of his mind, Klay Thompson done got his shot back too. They calling him 3G now.
Now let's get into 4-5. What's 4-5? Oh, boring West again. Let's get in 4-5 in the East. Dylan is giving big sweep.
Big sweeper.
Joel Embiid. The bands, we beat this dead horse a billion times. Joel Embiid just do it all. That's just the prime example. MVP, and this is what I mean about, Giannis got to win for the Bucks.
Yeah.
You see, bumped James Harden. I'm not saying James Harden's playing bad.
He was on the bench.
Yeah, he fouled out, so he could play in overtime.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But my thing is, and this is no shade to James Harden.
Yeah.
We know this is I hate two J's. We know this is Joel's team.
Yeah. But
this is what I mean about all these other little teams out here. Your man, you see how Embiid won us that freaking game.
He did.
You see these other, this is what I mean. Giannis got to win that for the Bucks.
Yeah.
With Chris Middleton out.
Right.
Giannis got to win that. It's going to come down to Giannis. Going to have to give his freaking all.
Yep.
This is what I mean about when I talk about a team like the Nets.
Joel showed that intensity. I mean, you can see it all over. I mean, obviously you're going to be hyped when you win a game winner, but Joel just seemed different.
He's just different.
Joel
He's
just seemed like he's on a
level.
mission. He on a mission, bro.
My thing is, okay, we're not going to get too ahead of ourselves because I was going to start talking about second round matchups, but
just wait on it.
We'll wait on it.
Just wait till
Friday.
But Joel
Embiid, y'all.
He's different, bro. He got to be the MVP.
It's nothing you can do about it. But one thing I want to say about the Raptors, okay, we know the Raptors are injured. We do know that. Yeah. Whatever. Fred VanVleet, was he an all-star this year? He overrated, bro. Fred VanVleet been busted.
He might have been a reserve. I think he was all-star reserve.
Fred VanVleet is busted,
Was he just jacking up threes again?
And again, you saw him on this.
I thought that's all you do, be jacking up threes.
I'm sorry, I haven't pulled any receipts on anybody this whole video, so.
It's receipt.
No, I'm saying no, not like that. You know, I haven't pulled up. I was like, I haven't pulled up official stats. But Fred VanVleet, I'm just confused about him. Like,
call some folks.
Fred VanVleet, his shooting, like when we talk about like, okay, people I got all their names mixed up. They're just a pack of Raptors to me. Scotty Barnes.
A pack of Raptors.
Scotty Barnes is obviously a big loss for them. And we got to keep that in mind. Like, as a Sixers fan, I'm definitely keeping that in mind. Like, we're supposed to be winning these games.
Yeah.
Like, with Scotty Barnes out, he's a huge...
Because you can honestly say he's probably the second best player on the team.
He's a huge piece for them. He's going to be back in Game 4.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Okay, I know that.
So, I won't rule out the fact that the Raptors might get that game just because Scotty Barnes is back and they're going to be desperate.
Right.
But, finally, got the stats. Fred VanVleet was 3 of 13 last night.
Dang.
He had 12 points.
Dang.
He was 2 of 10 from the 3 of 13 from the field.
He giving Trae Young in game 2.
I'm just so confused by VanVleet. He letting the park down. Yeah. He really let Jurassic Park down.
I didn't get to watch too much of the game. I saw the end. I saw the Joel game winner, but like that one game we saw at the end, I mean, he was just jacking up shots.
It's them black shoes and black socks combo. Dudes that wear black shoes, all black shoes and black socks.
Yeah, I don't know. His shot selection has been very questionable, Fred VanVleet. So,
Fred VanVleet.
It's giving honestly, at this point, it's giving sweep. Joel smells blood in the water. I would be, even with Scotty Barnes back, I would be.
Because Scotty Barnes not even going to be 100%.
Exactly. I'll be more surprised if the Sixers lose than the Raptors win it.
Yeah.
Joel just smelled blood in the water. I think, and plus, Joel got a little vendetta against the Raptors too.
A lot. They was booing him every time he got the ball in the beginning of the game. People was holding signs of him crying for when the Raptors beat them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's
the Raptors fans savage.
The Kawhi shot.
The Raptors fans savage.
He avenging that Kawhi shot. That's what he doing.
Like I said, it's giving sweep, and I hope it's sweep too because you know that draft night, depending on how long a series goes, a game could be on draft night. I don't need 2 things on draft night.
Oh yeah, that's our game too. If we go to a game 5, is it game 5 or game 6? Game 5. Yeah.
I think it's game 5 or game 6 for us.
I think it's game 5 for us. We go to a game 5.
It would be game 6 for us. We definitely not going to no game 6. But the East is gonna be crazy because and I will admit y'all, we got.
We'll see.
No. I'm just saying.
No,
okay,
I get what you're saying.
Y'all not dead. Nobody's dead in the water, right? Nobody's done. But just right now, if this playoff stop now, it would be Celtics advancing, Heat advancing, Sixers advancing, and who? Let's just say Bulls.
Bull, okay.
Because Chris Miller, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So it'd be Celtics, Bulls, Heat, Sixers.
Yeah. Or Celtics, Bucks. Either way, Celtics, Bucks, or Celtics, Bulls, Heat, Sixers.
Celtics gonna have. Yeah, just think about it. If the Celtics make it out of the East and make it to the finals, they would have went on a tough run. They got to take out the Nets in the first round, then either the Bucks or the Bulls, which is gonna be tough, And then either the Heat or the Sixers, well, or Hawks. Let me go ahead and throw my team in there, or the Hawks. Actually, they have to take out the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals, speaking into existence, you feel me?
So that means the Hawks would have beat the Heat and the Sixers in your little fantasy world.
We beat y'all in the second round last year.
Different team. Y'all not the same Hawks, as you can see.
I just said that to rile you up.
Anyways, but the Celtics making this year look easy right now, though. And I'm loving the energy right now from all the teams. But yeah, like I was saying, if it's Sixers Heat, now I would much rather Sixers Hawks. Much rather play y'all. But if it, and then too, we could go to a game too, so that'd be better for me. You know what I mean? But I would much rather Sixers Hawks. But if it's Sixers Heat, like we were saying, we have the best player in that matchup in Joel Embiid. But the Heat, though, they're just a much more balanced team, top to bottom. We're real top heavy. That's what scares me about the Heat versus the Hawks. They are very, very deep and very, very well balanced. That's what scares me about the Miami Wade County Heat. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Did we touch on the 4-5 matchup for Jazz Mavericks?
Oh, no.
Okay, we'll touch on that.
Mavs. Luka gonna be back.
Luka back with Jalen Brunson. Give me Mavs.
Jalen Brunson going crazy.
Going stupid, man. He dropped a 40 buck on their head.
Let's blow up the Jazz, bruh.
Go ahead, send Donovan Mitchell to the Hawks. # free Donovan. Send him over here with Trey.
The Jazz just
chips together.
Underwhelming, bruh.
Very underwhelming.
I mean, they were the 4 seed in a very, they were the number 1. It's not even the fact they went from number 1 to number 4, but they just been very disappointed as of lately. They have been very disappointed.
Y'all tried for a few years.
Rudy and Donovan Mitchell is just not the tandem.
It's not the tandem. It's not giving what it's supposed to.
It ain't giving what it's supposed to.
So just go ahead and send Donovan.
But y'all, this year been crazy.
It's been crazy.
And it's just getting started. But y'all, make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you
subscribe.
Keep rocking with us. Check out the links down below. And until we talk to you guys next time, bye.